silver bullion that I stay away from. Let's get to the video. Hey guys, Patrioticstacker here, and I'm back with another Thursday video for you guys and girls today. Now, before I start, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and don't forget to comment down below. All that stuff really helps out the channel. So anyways, I hope your week is going good. My week's not too bad, going pretty quick, so almost to Saturday, right? Almost to the weekend. Get to enjoy myself a little bit. I think I'm going to take the weekend off. It's much needed. But yeah, I figured I'd do a video on silver that I do not stack. Now, I love silver, I love gold, I love it all. But there are some silver items that I do not stack, I stay away from. And listen, nothing against these silver products. I know there's a lot of community members that do stack these silver items, but me personally, I do not. And we're going to go over that today, so let's get to it. All right, first runner up, we have 40% junk silver or constitutional silver, whichever one you want to call it. Now, 40% silver, there are a lot of stackers that like this stuff. Me personally, I do not. I look at it this way. If I'm going to buy a 40% half dollar, why wouldn't I just buy 90% dimes or a 90% quarter? I just don't think they make sense. And the premiums on this stuff are actually going up, so it really doesn't make sense. You really need a lot of these 40%ers to really amount to a good amount. So yeah, you know, I would just do 90% dimes, 90% quarters, 90% halves. I would stick to my 90%. Not a fan of 40%. Plus, you know, trying to figure out the purity and weighing it all together and figuring out the ounces you have, it just doesn't make sense for me. All right, so let's move on to the next item. And that is sterling silver or silver jewelry. Now, you got to realize when buying this stuff, you are paying a huge premium. You're paying the labor it takes to make this stuff. I mean, it's not easy making jewelry. It's very hard, and you'd be surprised how much time it takes to make this stuff. I mean, it's hard just pouring a silver bar or casting a bar, nonetheless making jewelry. So I don't think it's a good buy. Plus different purities. You have 90%, you have 925. I don't even think, not often do you see pure silver jewelry. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. You're paying that premium. I mean, it's cool as a gift. You know, I buy my wife jewelry all the time. I buy myself jewelry once in a while. Usually it's all gold or diamonds. We really don't wear too much silver jewelry. But either way, you know, you're paying that crazy premium on this stuff. And it's more for, you know, a gift to somebody, a loved one. Something cool to wear. I don't think it's good for stacking. Matter of fact, I know it's not good for stacking unless you can get it for the weight. And now we are on to fractional silver bars. Now, I know there's a lot of people in the community that can't really afford to buy that much silver. So, you know, they go to what they can afford. And to some, it might be fractional silver. Now, my opinion, I think you should just save up so you can at least have enough money to buy an ounce of silver and buy it that way, because you are paying a crazy premium on fractional silver, just like if you were buying jewelry. Maybe not as high, but you'd be surprised. It takes more time for these mints to make fractional sizes than it does, you know, a 1 ounce size or a 10 ounce size or a 100 ounce size. It's just a lot of detail they have to fit onto these little bars and stuff. And I mean, it probably costs them more to make this stuff than what they're selling it for. So it's not smart in any means. Plus, a lot of coin shops, they turn it down. They don't like to buy this stuff because it's hard to move. They're cool for gifting. They're cool for giveaways. They're cool just to, you know, have something to talk about. But they're just not smart for investing. I know prepper stackers love fractional silver, but listen, that's what 90% junk silver is for. Buy some dimes, quarters, half dollars, dollars. Great fractional silver to stack, by far the best fractional silver to stack. And that's what I do. I want fractional, I buy 90%. And listen, you're killing 3 birds with 1 stone. You're getting numismatic, you're getting fractional, you're getting that weight. So you're 90% is the way to go for fractional silver. That's what I tell people. Instead of buying fractional bars, buy 90%. So high premium silver coins, or I call them collectible coins. So, your colorized silver coins, your movie silver coins, your coins that are, shaped as like a firearm or, a lion, just cool, unique silver coins, right? They're awesome. They're cool, but they're for collecting. They're not for stacking. Got to know, if you buy this stuff for stacking, you're going to get hit on it in the future. Now, granted, there are some coins that will be worth more in the future, depending on the mintage, depending on the rarity of them, depending on how popular they are in the future. But most of the time, I'd probably say 90% of the time, you're going to lose money on these. They're cool for your kids. They're cool as gifts. They're cool if you're a collector. Or once in a while you want to buy yourself a treat and buy yourself something cool, especially if, they put a silver coin that there was a movie you liked or a game you liked while you were a kid. I mean, I have a few myself that, kind of reminded me of my childhood, so I had to buy some. Or just, some, I have like this Ford silver coin that's for Ford, Ford trucks. And I got an old Ford truck, so I bought one just because. But they're not for stacking, they're for collecting. Poured silver bars. Now, you guys know me. I love my poured silver. A lot of my vintage silver is poured. My Engleharts, my Johnson Matthey. Once in a while, I see a cool poured bar. I'll buy it. I do enjoy poured bars. But just remember, these pour artists takes a lot of time to make these poured bars. It's literally art. If you ever did casting, or even just regular pouring into a mold, it takes a lot of work. And there's a lot of times you'll screw up 10 times before you put out that right bar that you came out the way you like it. It takes a lot of time, so I understand why they sell them for a lot of money. It takes a lot of time, and you want to kind of get some money back for what you do, right? No one works for free, right? So it's going to cost a lot. But just remember, when you go to sell this stuff, you're probably going to get spot, maybe even below spot, because to a local coin shop, they're going to rather want silver from a mint than some guy that's making silver in their garage. So they're not going to pay you a lot. They're going to sit on it a lot of the times. And it's just not the best for stacking. It's cool. It's a cool talking piece. It's a cool gift. It's cool to buy one here and there. But it's not the best for stacking unless it's poured from a mint like an RCM or Silvertown or, a mint that's well known in our community. But yeah, guys, they're cool. I like them, but not smart. Up next, 100-ounce silver bars. Now, we all know the bigger you get in silver, the cheaper it is. 100-ounce bars are a great way to buy silver cheap. Probably the cheapest way you can buy silver. You can buy 1,000-ounce bars, but that's just crazy. But let's be honest, 100-ounce bars are very hard to move. For example, a local coin shop is going to rather want 100 rounds, 100 coins, 10-ounce bars, or 3 kilo bars over a 100-ounce bar. Because of most Americans, most of us stackers can't walk in and spend $2,500 to $2,700 on a 100-ounce bar. A lot of stackers, the majority of stackers, go into coin shops and buy a few rounds at a time, maybe a 10-ounce bar. If you're a big stacker, maybe you can buy a few 10-ounce bars or a few tubes. But the majority, they buy a few rounds here and there, a few coins here and there. So a lot of people don't have the money to drop on a 100-ounce bar. These local coin shops know that. They know they sit on these for a while. So they have to give you spot. Maybe if you're lucky, maybe you'll get a little bit over spot. But it's not the easiest thing to offload. It's not the easiest thing to store. The price is right, but you have to think about your exit strategy. You have to think about how you're going to store it. There's a lot of things to think about before buying a 100-ounce bar. They're cool. Like I said, they're great. They're a cheap way to buy silver, but just doesn't make sense for me. The biggest size I go up to are kilo silver bars, and that's it. I might buy a 100-ounce bar just to say I have one, or like a cool vintage 100-ounce bar, like the Johnson Matthey or Engleharts. But I'm not stacking them, and I have I don't see 100-ounce bars in my future. So, great way to buy silver, but just not idea for me. But yeah, guys. So there are a few more silver items that I forgot to mention. For example, shipwreck silver or ancient silver. Definitely not the best for stacking. And numismatic coins. So obviously numismatic coins, they're for collecting. They're not for stacking. So if you're buying silver Morgans in slabs or $half in slabs, you're going to be paying for that coin. You're not paying for the silver content. You're paying for the coin, the rarity, the grade. Not the best for stacking. I know there are a few new stackers out there that get into the community and they're buying slabbed eagles. You're paying that premium. You're paying for that slab. You're paying for that grade on that coin. Not for stacking. So you kind of zero in and notice what's for stacking, what's for collecting. You have to figure out if you're a stacker or if you're a collector or if you're both. If you stack your weight, you keep your weight separate, and then you're also a collector. I'm mostly a stacker. Yes, there are items that I do buy for collecting. For example, let's check this out here. This is a poured silver bar with my name on it and my home state. So yeah, that's a premium bar right there. I think I paid $120 for this. Or actually it might have been $80. I don't know. It wasn't too bad for the work that went into this. But it's a 2-ounce silver bar. In reality, for silver spot price, it's probably like $45. But I paid like $50 over that. So, premium item. I know I'm never going to get the money back from that, but it's cool. It's for the collection. So yeah, guys, I know there might be some of you that do stack that stuff. I'm not saying you're wrong. Just saying that for me, it doesn't make sense. And for any new stackers, it's probably not the best thing to be buying. Out of that list, I'd probably say the best item to buy are 100-ounce bars, but just keep in mind that when you go to offload them, you're going to get spot. You're not going to get the premium you pay on it. So if you're going to buy a 100-ounce bar, try to get it as cheap as you possibly can. Maybe buy it off somebody where they're probably going to sell it to you for spot. Rather than online, we're going to be paying $1 to $1.50 over. Now, again, we're in this for the long term. Obviously, silver and gold is going to continue to rise, especially when it's time for us to offload. So most of us aren't going to take a loss. But if you're buying crazy high premium silver that's not for stacking, you're probably going to take a loss. So yeah, guys, that's the video. And real quick, I'll leave you off with what I like to stack, and that is government-backed coins. Maples and Eagles are my favorite. 10-ounce and kilo silver bars from a bunch of different mints. I love Scottsdale, Perth Mint, RCM, Royal Mint, all the great mints. Silvertown, Sunshine, they're all great. Love them. Can't forget Germania too. I love Germania. And of course, 90% constitutional or junk silver. I love that stuff. That's my way of stacking fractional. And you can't leave out the gold. I love my 1-ounce gold, especially Buffaloes and Eagles. But that's it today, guys. That's the video for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. And Patriotic Stacker will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.